What's up, boys and girls who whoever watches this? So this one probably a very slightly short stream, but I will stream again later today. This is just mainly going to be talking about what I think about buffs and nerfs and all that good stuff. um, and honestly, like me, I hate nerfs, but obviously if a character is obviously stronger than all the other ones, it comes down to being nerfed. But it's the fact that I hate it when companies nerf a character just right into the ground, and it sucks. And it's like there's no point in playing with them. Then all the other characters are stronger than the character that was stronger than them. It makes it makes no sense. Um, and mostly it's due to the fact that people complain because their character that they play is getting killed by this seemingly over powerful character, and it just it sucks. It does. Here, I'm gonna show some what I think needs to be buffed and what I think needs to be nerfed and what needs to be fixed in this game. I'll start with Boba Fett, who currently I feel somewhat needs a buff, just slightly. These are all the star cards I used. So Boba Fett here, as I'm not the best aim. I feel because he's flying around, I obviously I can't even hear myself. The game volume is loud. Turn down just a bit. That he kind of had. I probably should not have had it on double health. But he has 350 health. Or not 350, 550. And obviously he's supposed to stay somewhat in the back lines because he has such a little health, as is like a lot of the other characters.
Watch closely.
And yeah, this burst actually really helps. You know why? What I think needs to be just slightly changed is him having a scope, or a scope ability. A lot of times he's gonna have low health. Ugh, this is rough. And I think the scope would be very helpful, and that sucks. And obviously he's gonna have to stay far away, so. Also, I think, I don't know. Actually, no. I was gonna say maybe it's fuel, but I think his fuel is actually decent already. Yeah, I think, as I said, a scope would be nice to have. Or maybe he can change his burst fire, where dude does little damage, into I don't know, into a scoped weapon where it would kind of be a sniper. I don't know, and do more damage with this one blast. But no, I just think, yeah. Also, I feel like they buffed his rockets too hard. Or nerfed his rockets too hard. Because that was his gimmick. He was like, you know.
When the fight starts, stay out of my way.
And I think they just need a slight damage buff. Honestly, I think that's all Boba Fett really needs. And I'm gonna be quite honest, but I think all heroes need is like a slight passive where it makes them not take it takes like 50% less damage from troopers, because all heroes just get destroyed by the main troopers. I understand the fact that it's like, oh yeah, but they all, you know, heroes can like one shot or two shot them. Yes, but you know, they still have to get in there and they're going to take a lot of damage. 50 or like, you know, 35% less damage from, you know, troopers. Like just a passive on every hero. Because you have like people like snipers and shit who like just drain your health. Honestly, I think it would just make it more interesting. Honestly, and yeah, I think that's really all he needs. As I feel about Boba Fett. Again, I don't play as him, and I faced a lot of good Boba Fetts. There are people who actually know how to use him. Like, I feel he needs a, you know, slight damage buff. Just a very little damage buff on his rockets. Because that's his, like, little gimmick, is his rockets.
Just business. Die.
Yeah, that's my opinion on Boba Fett. Then we guess we go to honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I think Boss is perfect as right now. I actually don't think he needs a buff or a nerf. He's actually probably, I feel like, the most balanced character. Guaranteed. The one thing is sometimes when he goes in this mode, a lot of times he can't see, like his heat vision won't work for some reason. Also, I feel like more that I played as him, like with what is it? I did not like the way they made his God damn it, the little circle things. I can't believe I forgot what it's called. It's so stupid. His fuck. Oh shit, now I have to look. What's it called? I feel so stupid not knowing this. Why could I not think of that? His crosshairs are like the vanguards. It's like, I didn't like it at first, but it's like, I got used to it. You just have to get used to it. Actually, it's not even that bad. It is somewhat weird though. They have like a shotgun crosshair. But yeah, I don't think he, like, I don't think he needs anything. Yeah, no, I don't think Boss needs anything. I don't think he needs a buff, or I don't think he needs a nerf. I think he's perfect the way he is. He's perfect. And then Vader, I'm not gonna lie. Alright, here's what I think about Vader. A lot of people are complaining, it's like, oh, he has too much health. You know, he's too powerful. It's like, yes, because he's a tank, and also he's fucking Vader. Like, he's supposed to be somewhat powerful. Like, the only thing I feel like needs to be changed is his force choke, dude. He needs some type of like invincibility when he's doing it, or like just armor, where he doesn't take like he takes like 50% no damage, like his anger, like his middle ability. It's a slight damage, or a slight damage resistance buff. That's honestly all I think he needs. Because his force choke, that's what gets him killed the most. And that's what sucks.
Think not.
But yeah, that's all I think. Like his force choke, because he's like left wide open. I feel like maybe like a Kylo Ren invincibility frame, because or like he just gets some sort of damage resistance buff or something.
Wait my time. I'm not so easily wounded.
Yeah, that's just my opinion on Vader. Because I don't think it's like people are saying, oh, he needs a health nerf. It's like, no, he's supposed to be a tank. They already nerfed his health already. I think he's perfect. I think his health is perfect. I think his damage is perfect, dude. He's supposed to be a tanky ass character. And, he's Vader. He's so powerful. It wouldn't make sense for him to be weak. Wow, that can do that. Reached him. But yeah, no. That's all I think of Vader. His force choke needs something. Like a damage resistance buff, as I said. Be very, very helpful. Because in this state, he's left wide open for a good, few seconds. He's going to try to get another force choke. It's just this, because
The price of an insurgent.
like, see, like that wasn't too bad, just because I also have, star card that makes me,
There are other
do more damage if I have 2 or more. So, like, I'm gonna try to see if I can get one guy. This isn't gonna be one guy, but also, I'll get to that later. I'm gonna talk about heroes right now.
No.
Yeah. No, just a tad of like the Kylo Ren invincibility frames. Force choke. Or just a damage resistance buff. There's Palpatine. Not gonna lie. Okay, the only problem I think Palpatine has and needs, I think, a slight nerf is how he gives people like he gives like stamina way too quickly to like heroes and shit. I think that's a little bit, because if Palpatine hits you and you're a hero, right? Your stamina like just gets filled up, and it's actually like it's weird. I don't understand that at all. think that's all it needs. He should not lower the amount of... I don't think he should give out stamina in general. I think he's just a powerful enough character where he doesn't really need that, in all honesty. If he stays away from the, you know, the opponent, he will drain your health. Like, that is a given. Like, there's no need for him to be able to drain stamina, you know? That's honestly just my thing about... don't think he needs a buff or nerf. Justice don't think he should, you know, be able to make heroes' stamina just drop, you know, or rise, you know. Why is it taking so long to kill that dude? That was weird. But yeah, no, that's all I think Palpatine needs. And then Kylo Ren. Right now, I think he's perfect, actually. I don't think he needs really anything. It's like almost boss. They fixed him right now. I think the only thing... the only maybe thing I'd probably say is the cooldown for, like, full is a little... Also, he takes a lot of damage when he blocks. Like, watch this. Okay, not right now. It might just be, you know, a certain character. This certain reinforcement that, you know, anyone is a little bit powerful right now, still. Not as powerful as he was, like, you know, launch. Let's see, let's try to pull someone in.
Submit to me.
I think that needs a slight buff. Other than that, I think it's fine.
Do you know what I am?
Did you see that? Did you see that he did not get, you know, frozen? Or maybe he got... I'm gonna try to free someone.
Halt.
Yeah. Ooh, I need to test someone. I need to test to see if when I free someone, if the other players can actually harm him while and not be. See, I also think because I still can't freeze anyone. That also needs to get a buff, or just a lower cooldown.
You think you can resist?
I have to wait. Oh, I fucked that up. Let me see if I can get this. If I can't, then I'll just move on. But and that has a good cooldown. But that's like his only like defensive type thing. Is where he needs his freeze to like run away and shit. Oh no, he died too fast. Honestly, like when they buffed him, he's very enjoyable. He's very fun to play as. I need to get free someone. See, that's I still can't freeze anyone from that last area. I feel like that's somewhat ridiculous. Okay, someone needs. No. I think it doesn't. It doesn't last very long. Which is, no, I think that may just be a star card. I don't have a star card that's like, oh, no, freeze for longer. That also needs to get a little bit, because when you're air, it does not track on very far. Because I was close to people, though. That's the thing, like, watch. Okay, that it worked there. It might just because I was in the air for too long. But it also jumped, like, it jumped, as you saw. And try to do that. See if I can get that again. No. And okay, that might have just been a glitch or a bug or something. But like, yeah, his freeze, definitely needs a buff. It is. Its cooldown is way too big.
You insist on fighting?
And I think the pole just needs a slight cooldown buff. But other than that, I think he's perfect. But yeah. Alright. Going to the next character, or the next hero, or at least on the villain side at least. Darth Maul. Honestly, I think he's fine. I think, as I said before, because he can't block, I feel like he should be able to dash a lot more often than, you know. I guess he can dash quite a bit. That really not hit him? Or dash? I don't know. Okay. Alright. Yeah. No, I think Darth Maul is perfect. I don't think he needs to be... I think he should have, you know, there's a star card that's like, oh, you know, he doesn't take as much damage from, you know, blasters. I think he should, you know, that should be just like a passive, you know? I don't know if, like, heroes have passives or not. They should, I feel, you know? And... yeah, no, I think he's fine the way he is right now.
Fight me. Suffer.
He's honestly perfect. He doesn't really need to be buffed. He doesn't really need to be. I think just a damage. I think he should not be able to take as much damage. Oh, let's see. Because for not being able to block, that's kind of stupid. That he takes, you know, as much damage as all the other heroes. I get though that he does a whole, you know, I feel like a lot more. No, actually, I don't think he even does a lot more damage. He's just quick. That's all he has. Is just he's quick. You know, but that, you know, Luke also is quick. So here, let's go Iden. I'll show you. Honestly, the way they've made Iden, I think she's fine. Yeah, no, I don't think she needs to be changed. I mean, she was powerful for a, you know, a few weeks, but they fixed that. I think, like, it's that. Actually, no, this is. Well, this needs a one-shot shoot. I'm sorry. That does not do. That should, like, one-shot specialist.
It's quiet. I don't like it.
Because that seems ridiculous that it doesn't, you know? And who really truly uses it, you know? I feel if it did, I feel it'd be a little bit more used. Cause yeah, you just go like, be doing this all day. I don't think she should do that all the time. I feel like a slight nerf to this, where she can't do it all the time. Cause I feel like she just do that all all day. Just a slight. But other than that, like, no, I think she's fine.
We'll put an end to their chaos.
Like this, the way that goes down needs to be slightly, nerfed. Get cooldown on that. Needs to be slightly longer, in my opinion. And then, this needs to be able to like one-shot specialists. Okay, if I can actually get a hit off. This one I'll actually... Well, yeah, I don't think it should... It should, one shot a heavy or anything. I don't think it should be that powerful. Well, if you charge it up, right? Okay, you charge this up, right? I just need to test it.
Come out of hiding, cowards.
Does this kill? How much? Okay, for having the second lowest health, if you charge this up, right, it should kill. Like, because that's a long time for, to get full power, right? It should at least kill an officer, I feel. But if you go like this, 100 damage. Yeah. That's all I think needs to be done. Her secondary fire needs to be, her cooldown for that needs to be nerfed just slightly. And her pulse cannon needs to do, if it gets to the yellow line, if you feel that yellow line up, 100 damage. It should be that simple. He's like, oh, the shots are charged for maximum damage. You only do like half damage to the officer, which I find ridiculous. If you charge it up, right, it should kill an officer. That's all I'm saying. An officer. Yeah, it should kill an officer, in my opinion. Wait, how much health does the officer have again? Let me see. I'm gonna just check this. Oh, okay, well, obviously 300, 250, or 150. So they have 150 health, right? Yeah, I think if you charge it up, it should be able to kill an officer. How much does the assault have? I think it's assault and the officer have the same amount of health, right? Yeah. And it's obviously not going to be able to kill, a heavy. That, I don't think anything should one-shot a heavy, Or but yeah, no. I think that's all it needs. Because that takes a long time to charge up. And if you're sniping people with it, it's kind of stupid if it doesn't. And then, here comes Phasma. Everyone's least favorite hero. Honestly, I used to... I don't like how it's like, oh... It's like, oh, let me have to fire and fill my heat up, my gun heat too. Actually, it's not even that long, is it? Yeah. I think your gun's fine. How much damage does it do, though? Good. Oh, yeah, I think that's good. That's good. That's a good amount of damage per turret. That's pretty good. Her staff is like I think the only thing that needs to be changed. It's still really a weird animation. They did like make it faster, but I don't know if she can get stunned out of it. Like, oh, you can't. Alright. I have to do it in, like, you know, succession. Let me see if I can get all three up, right? I like how they're. Oh. Let's see if I can kill someone with it. See how long it takes for me to, you know, hit someone. Right? Yeah, no. And you're gonna be dead by the time you get the third hit off. So she needs, a lot of characters needs like some sort of like damage resistance buff, or just like like Kylo Ren, frenzy, you know. Just invincibility frames. That's honestly yeah, no, that if she had that, also make the animation they transition to each one faster. Like that's not like you know that bad. For you to be taking like a lot of damage when you're doing that, and so that's why I say maybe just a damage resistance buff. But yeah, this is pretty good. Or, you know, because honestly, you might as well just try to melee them, you know? Because that kills them a lot faster than... Because that's a faster animation than the staff, which is stupid. Like, yeah, you're gonna get killed. I guess it's not. Yeah, I don't know. There's a slight like damage resistance buff when you're doing that. Would be, you know, the best thing. Now, while I'm on this screen, or while, you know, obviously I'm playing this mode, I might talk about what like these this is annoying. They need to fix that where it's only on the Enforcer too, which is really weird. Like the Starkers, like this is the only one that stays on for some reason. I think the Enforcer is fine. I think it, you know, doesn't need a buff or a nerf. The only, yeah, no, I don't think it needs a buff or a nerf. I think the Wookiee Warrior should do. I think the only like Enforcer that really needs a nerf is like the Wookiee Warriors, because I don't think the Wookiee Warriors should be able to, you know. I think they're maybe just their damage, just a slight damage nerf. That's honestly about as much as I think they do. Like, you know, all they need is a slight damage nerf for their, you know, their weapons. Their grenades are fine. You know, it's. And yeah, no. That's all I think about the Enforcer. It's just, I think the Wookiee War does a little bit too much damage. Then the rocket droids or the rocket troopers need they need a buff. I feel. They're like their rocket. Like, oh well, I was kind of hoping that wouldn't hit them. Just so. I just think it needs a little bit more slash damage. Because I've had it where it's like, I would hit behind someone, and it would not hit them. Like, they wouldn't get hit or anything. No hit marks or nothing. And then, you know, obviously I get killed. Also, I feel like there's a slight health buff for the rocket troopers. Because I feel like, if you're spending, you know, again, I also like, I think they're like 2,000, you know, 2,000 battle points. You get killed pretty damn easily. You know, you might as well, because the tanks are better than the rocket troopers. I get it where, I get, you know, the point where, oh, rocket troopers are kind of meant to, you know, to blow up vehicles and whatnot. As it is true, they get, you know, killed pretty easy by the same vehicles, you know. Also, I think the cooldown for this is a little ridiculous. I think it needs to be a slightly buffed. And then I feel like if all that, you know, stuff gets added, you know, they would be viable. I would play as them a lot more than I, you know, do. Because honestly, I dig the shit out of the rocket troopers. I think they're cool as hell. You know, they can fly and shit. That's pretty fucking dope. But yeah, no, look how fucking slow. That's like his only real defense. Oh, I guess he's, you know, yes, he like, oh, let me move around and shit. You know, it's pretty good. But for being able to, you know, deal damage to like vehicles and whatnot, the thing that's supposed to, you know, do that is on like such a slow cooldown. You know what I mean? I assume that's pretty ridiculous. Yeah, yeah. I think the fracture needs a little work. Like, I think they have like 250 health. Actually, I don't think I think it has 250 health with the health card. I found that really ridiculous. The fact that they have such little health to begin with, that you have to have a star card. Like, it's just needed. Then again, they don't have that many star cards, so it's not like that big of a deal. I don't know. That's just my thoughts on that. And then I still can't use my rock. I guess I was not that long ago, but it's you don't know, you get the point. I feel like it's somewhat ridiculous that, you know, they get healed so easily. Yeah, with the health card, they have like 250 health. I feel like if with the card, they should have at least 300, you know? I feel like that should be, you know, that's fair. But yeah, that's my opinion on the what I think needs to, you know, the Rocket Trooper needs a buff. No, let's get on with the troopers. I think the assault. Honestly, I think the only thing I feel needs to be changed is the vanguard, because I've had it where they've killed me from like here. Okay, so I was right here, right? And they were like over here. And they were just 2 shots, I'm dead. Like, I understand it's a shotgun, it's supposed to be powerful, but if you're that far away from me and you're shooting at me, I don't think it should 2-shot me, especially when I'm a heavy. I'm pretty sure I was either a heavy or an officer. Even though it's like, oh, yeah, it's still 50 health. Like it, and also it is a shotgun. It should not, 2-shot you from. No, the slug, that's a different case. Like that, obviously, it's supposed to be long range, and do as much damage as as a vanguard. As a vanguard, should do a lot of damage. It's a shotgun, and you're shooting a giant ball of metal at someone. But when you're using just the regular vanguard, I feel, if you're across the room for someone, you shouldn't, 2-shot them. It's supposed to be an up close personal, like you're supposed to get into someone's face and do a lot of damage. That's the point of the vanguard. The heavy. Honestly, I'm perfectly fine with the heavy. Like, I don't think it needs a buff or a nerf. I think he's perfectly fine as how he is. Now, the officer is a different story. I think the only thing I hate about the officer, one, the blurg, I feel needs just a slight damage nerf. It's such an easy kill weapon. 2, I think it gets way, like, it gets way too many battle points, or the ability to get so many battle points, more than any of the other troopers, which I find unfair. I also think the flash grenade, a lot of people complain, and I think it's fair. It's such a ridiculous weapon. Like, well, that was a fail. It blinds you and makes you slower. I think it should just blind you, right? As a flash grenade should. It blinds you. I do not think it should slow you down. At all. I find that stupid, and I have no clue why that would be a thing. Also, okay, I just remembered what I think about the heavy. I think the turrets, in my opinion, like, I don't think they need a buff or I think the only thing that they should change is how far range they have, especially the ion turret. And I don't think the ion turret, I think they just need a damage nerf. Because I don't think a 1 blast or a, the burst round of a turret should do half health to me, I find that somewhat ridiculous. Oh, like, it's only like the main turret for the officer, I feel, just needs a damage nerf, and then the heavy's ion turret needs one, a range nerf. I don't think it should be hitting me across the the map. And then a damage nerf, just slightly though, because it doesn't do a whole lot. Like, it doesn't do as much as the officer's turret. Just slightly, maybe like, I don't know, like 20 less. I feel. I think it does like, no, I think 10, because I only think it does 30 damage per hit. And for a trooper, that's that's actually kind of a bit of damage. But the officer turret, because it hits like at least 4 times, I think each one is like 20. That's like almost 100 damage. That's like half your health. I find that somewhat ridiculous. I don't know. I think that's just my opinions on the officer. One, don't make the stun grenade slow down. It should blind. That's, you know, it's supposed to be a flash grenade. You know, it's supposed to like blind your enemies. That's the whole purpose of it. But don't make it slow you down. That's stupid. You know, that is, you know, kind of ridiculous. And turrets just need a slight damage nerf and a range nerf. I don't actually no. I don't think the I think the range nerf should only be applied to the ion turret, because that thing has so much range. It's ridiculous. And now the specialist. I think it's my only problem. I don't play as a specialist. My only gripe is it does not have as much, because for me a specialist, like, I don't know. It's supposed to be a sniper, right? I feel like a few more secondary weapons would be kind of cool, you know. Also, this, okay, that does do damage. I was wondering, like, I guess you have to be close then. Also, these, you can't destroy these for some reason. Did I just destroy it? I think I just did. Alright, well that just proved my point wrong. Maybe I'm just stupid. You have to be... No, actually no. Let me test this. Oh my god. And I think I agree with a lot of people who say, oh, it needs a health buff. In my opinion, it's like, not really. But it's like, at the same time, I don't know. Let me see if I can destroy this. Okay, so you can destroy those. Alright, I had no idea. Because I'd shoot at them for days and they would not get destroyed. Huh. Or maybe they can only be destroyed by you. But I think that's the only gripe about my special. I don't think it should be nerfed or buffed. Or, I think the only slight buff is like, maybe give it 25 more health, you know? And make the like this thing, because if it's supposed to be, because it's close range, right? You know. Actually, no. I think this is fine, right? Because if you can get if they get up close to you. No, I think it's the only gripe about the officer. It needs a lot more utilities. Like maybe a better second, because the Stinger is like cool and all, but it's practically useless in a sense because it is like next to no damage. And honestly, I find the gun I'm using right now, the sidearm, I feel a little bit more useful than the Stinger pistol, which I find the Stinger pistol a lot. I find the Stinger pistol really cool. I just find the I don't know what the sidearm I have on right now is called, but I think it's just better, and it's fun to use. You know, push back enemies. That's fun. That's fun. I don't know though. Just my opinions. Okay, I'm just gonna talk right now. That needs to also be changed. As I said, I'm gonna talk about buffs and things that need to be changed in this game. This needs to be changed. This is ridiculous. For this being like not needing online, this takes forever to load. And this. I have the PS4 Pro, and it's supposed to be I think shorter loading times. But less. It's not as good as graphics as the Xbox One, but the Xbox One has longer loading times. So I feel bad for the people on Xbox One who have to sit through the loading times because it has to be a lot longer for them than it is on my PlayStation. And the loading screen times are long as fuck on the PlayStation. So just imagine what it is on the Xbox One X. I feel bad. Now let's talk about. I'm gonna make it so I don't have double health. But yeah, no, that needs to change because it's kind of ridiculous that this takes as long as it does. It is kind of somewhat bullshit, in my opinion. But then again, I don't. The graphics are good. I kind of see why it has to take as long to load in all the graphics and all the shit that has to be loaded in. But it's like then you look at God of War. It's like it has no loading times, right? It has no loading at all. I'm pretty sure, and the graphics are beautiful. I have not. I don't personally have God of War, but I've watched people stream it, and that game is beautiful, dude. It really is. But like, it's kind of ridiculous. For offline content, it is loading this long. Come on, EA. Like really? Now Luke. Here's the only gripe I have with Luke. This will get you killed. Like that. It will. And I think I feel like a lot of characters need that frenzy like invincibility, like slight invincibility frames. And this is the instance where Luke needs it, is when he has this. Let me see if I can find just a group of droids. Keep this on. They're over here. Also that, I have no idea how the fuck. Okay, well these obviously are AI, so they're a lot more stupid than human players. But no, like some instance that will get you killed, and it's somewhat ridiculous. Also, I heal myself, so. I think that's the only thing. Is just a slight invincibility frames, as Frenzy does with Kylo Ren. That's literally the only gripe.
Last chance.
Also, I feel like maybe this should be. No, I think this is this move. It's fine. I think that's perfectly the way it is. Let's say well, that's the only gripe. And then Leia. Let's equip the cards because I don't play as Leia at all. Was this a flash grenade? For a short period of time. What is this? Nice long period. More base health. That's good. Anything to do with health is pretty decent. and also less damage. So here's the thing with Leia. I personally have noticed.
From now on, you do as I tell you.
That's actually good. I don't think it should. What hit me? I rolled down here and I took damage. All right, that was weird.
I've got this.
But yeah, now I don't think she needs to be changed. Oh jeez. I think this shot should like have a reduced damage from long distances, because it's like, oh, you have the layout like all the way back here, right? All the way back here. She'll be shooting. And it's not even, that's not even a good example, because she'll just be shooting. Oh, let me just, no scope the fuck out of this guy. And it's like, oh, kaboom! I think the tracking, I don't think is that big of an issue, but I don't think, she should kill people when she's like all the way across the other side of the map and she hits you. It should not be a death, especially if you're a heavy, I think that's my only gripe, is the secondary fire being as damaging as it is from like long ranged. Also, I think this, I don't know. I think that, because apparently that doesn't even slow them down. It's like, I think from what I've heard, the officer's stun grenade is more powerful than Leia's, which I find ridiculous.
I'll do it myself.
But yeah, no. Yeah, no. I think it's perfectly fine. It's just, yeah, the secondary fire. Have it, reduce, like, range damage. If you're, like, from across the map, right? You just do, all you're doing is this, right? It shouldn't be very effective at all. I understand it's like, oh, that's kind of, I feel like that's what it's supposed to be. But reduce the damage for how far you are and what you're hitting, Let's call something. I'm not very technical with that type of stuff. That's just my opinion. Any other, like all the other stuff, maybe give the effects of the officer's flash grenade to Leia. And just switch them. Apparently, yeah, it just blinds them. Not even for very long. Yeah, I think that's the only thing I feel Leia needs. And then Han Solo. Honestly, I think he's fine. From what I've seen.
Sometimes I amaze even myself.
Yeah, no, I think he's perfectly fine.
Hope this works.
I think that should be addressed. Because you can stop, and then if you, like, press it again, keep running. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about, dude. Heroes just get destroyed. as I said, I think heroes need like a slight damage, resistance buff from all troopers. Yeah, I don't think Han Solo needs a whole lot. In all honesty, and honestly, I think they really fixed Chewbacca. I don't play as him, but from like he's not in the. You're not gonna see him in every fucking game, as you did the Chewbacca. Where it was like at one point he was so fucking powerful because of his shot grenade. Like literally froze you like in place for like 10 years. Yeah. I feel. Oh yeah. No, I think Chewbacca's fine where he's at right now. He's Chewbacca. He's supposed to be crazy. What? I didn't ground slam. All right. That was weird. I didn't ground slam for some reason. Let me try that again. That was super weird. Like I pressed it again and he just stopped. Yeah, that was really... Yeah. Yeah. I think Chewbacca's fine as how he is. Doesn't really need that much. Lando, I think is perfect. I don't think he needs a buff. I just complain a lot in my streams. And then Rey. Honestly, I think. So when you do this, right? Whoa, I didn't know droids do that. That's really interesting. Huh. I think you should be able to just move around, but in the opposite direction, like reverse controls. It should make you incapable of moving your camera, right? But it does for some reason. Also, this is actually pretty good. Yeah, I think that's all it is. It's just like, that's what the most annoying part of Rey is. I don't think this needs a nerf or a buff, all honesty. As much as I hate facing Rey. Like this. You can't move left or right with your camera. I think that's like literally my only complaint. Is you should. Yeah, I don't think. As much as it's like, oh, she needs a damage buff, as in my later streams, like now that I'm like clear head and thinking straight, not from rage of getting killed by a Rey. Yeah, I don't think she, because every hero needs to be strong. It's just heroes versus villains, And then the other, honestly, I think he's fine. All honesty, before I was like, I think he needs to have a lot bigger range for his unleash. It's like then it's like, but he grows it so. Yeah, if he gets shot at, he can grow it. I think it can grow, like it can reach farther and shit. I think that's me realizing that it's like, yeah, no, I think he's fine. You also can get a star cutter, which increases the length, the minimum length of it. Also think he should take. It's the same thing as Maul, because he's kind of like where he can't block light. He can block like blaster, like lasers and shit, but he can't block lightsabers. I feel like he should take less melee damage. Like he has a star card. It's like, oh, you can take less damage, right? And that's good. And that's it's good and all, but I don't know. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Just take just a tad bit less damage from like melee and shit. And now Finn, I've not played a whole lot of him. I played him when he was released, and that's pretty much it. But honestly, I don't think he needs a lot. I think he's perfect, actually. He has some really cool abilities. I honestly don't know why I haven't played it. He can pull out a fucking pistol. That's so cool, in my opinion. To be able to pull out this. That makes me want to have other heroes like honestly Palpatine be able to pull out a gun or his lightsabers and shit. That was stupid. But no, I think he's fine. I think Finn is perfect the way he is. And doesn't really need to be changed. And yeah, no, me personally think, yeah, I hate buff or I hate nerfs. I don't think they're like buff other heroes, but if it's like obviously overpowered and kind of destroys the whole game, and like everyone's using it as the the blurg, which is annoying because it's easy kills. I think lower the damage on it just slightly. You see like these squares, right? Perks of how much damage it does. I guess I don't know. Lower it. Make it like 3 squares. Because if you can get because it's a burst weapon, right? Or 4, just keep it at 4. Don't make it 5. Make it 4. 4 or 3, because I don't think it should do that much damage because of it being being a burst weapon. Because you are going to obviously get those easy headshots. So I think 3 ticks of damage should be decent, right? Also, I feel like the starting weapons should have mods, because they don't once you unlock one of these weapons, you're pretty much done with this weapon, and I feel that sucks. That's stupid. They need to add like mods to the starting weapons, I feel. But yeah, other than that, like honestly, that's all the buffs and nerfs I feel need to be added. The Wookiee warrior feel like does a tad bit too much damage. Well, I just got destroyed there. Also, okay. One thing, because I've noticed this before, this weapon, as much as I like to say that this weapon is a sniper, it's supposed to be powerful, does way, because I got body shotted, right, and then insta killed, and I was I think an officer, either an officer or a heavy, and it got insta killed. As much as like I agree that yes, it's a sniper rifle, and yes, it's supposed to do a lot of damage. It should not one-shot someone by a body shot, That should not be a thing. As much as I hate to say that, just a slight nerf of damage, because getting one shot is not fun, but like when you get headshot by a sniper, it makes sense to get one shotted. You're gonna die, obviously. But like, if I get hit in the chest, because I saw, you actually can see where you got shot at, and I got hit in the chest, and it killed me instantly, full health and everything. It insta killed me. I find that a little bit cheap, just a tad bit cheap. Apparently, yeah, I guess by the description, it's supposed to be take on tanks, supposed to destroy tanks. Then make it, if it's supposed to be like that, make it do less damage towards troopers and whatnot, or just lower the damage slightly. Oh no, there'd be no point in using this weapon. Actually, no. This has more range. Let's see. Yeah, no. I don't know. Yeah, just make it do less damage to troopers, If it's supposed to it's supposed to destroy tanks and shit, like vehicles. I think that was just my only gripe. For that weapon. Just less damage towards troopers. Keep the damage, just less damage on troopers in my opinion. I don't know if that could do that, but it'd be very cool. Because getting a headshot, if you headshot me with that weapon and kill me instantly, that's fine. I'm cool with that. It's supposed to work like that. But if you hit me in the chest and I die instantly, and I'm, an officer, a heavy. Come on, especially a heavy. If I can't remember if I was a heavy or not. No, I think I was an officer. I should have like maybe 10 health at the most, but I should not be insta-killed by it, But yeah, I think that's what I think the buffs and nerfs. Now let's talk about what needs to be changed and how this game can be fixed and would be fun. Like, not saying it isn't fun right now, because it sometimes is and sometimes isn't. First off, these loading times. Very ridiculous. Very long. And I was playing, and, my friend said he had fun playing this game, but because apparently if you're in a group and you go into like it only literally worked in Blast and sometimes here HVV, where you would go into an empty lobby, and it's never done that to me when I just loaded up by myself, but when I was with my friend, for some reason the game was like, oh, you're with someone else and you're like in a party. Oh, sorry, let me put you in an empty lobby. And that happened a lot when I tried to, go up into Blast and whatnot. And I find that ridiculous. And my friend's like, honestly, that doesn't even piss me off. It's more the fact that I don't want to be loading in and out every, for a goddamn, it almost like 2 minutes of loading. Almost 2 to 3 minutes of loading is kind of ridiculous. And it feels like that. It feels like it's almost 5 minutes you have to wait. It's realistic. It's like 2 to 3, and I find that ridiculous. No one likes to wait to join into a game, and this needs to be better. I'm sorry. This is horseshit. Like the group system does, because there should be a leader that decides what you need to do, right? Which is, obviously the person who invites all of the people into their party. And if the leader leaves the party, there should be, everyone should, go with him, That should be a thing. not everyone having to quit out of the game and just be a whole mess. And then what's the point of it, you know? It sucks. And then the other thing is like, it, as I said before, the group thing. If you go into a game or try to queue up for a game in a group, it only happened in it only seemed to happen in Blast. I think HVV, not as much not as badly as HVV, but every time we tried to queue up for Blast, it would do that. Like, I had no problems queuing up by myself and going to Blast. No problems at all. HGV, like a few times we'd have to wait. I actually think we just waited there for almost a good 10 minutes in order to actually people get join in. And then people are impatient and they'll leave, and then it would take so long to actually get a full game going. And then Blast, we almost waited there for, like, as I said before, as same as here HVV, like almost 10 minutes. It's like, it's, I want to play some games, it was ridiculous. That needs to change. Like Electric Soap, has no problems at all. We loaded in. I think a few times it happened, but like people joined in pretty quickly. It only happened in these two. Blast really badly in Blast. Like no one joined. Like you'd have people, like it would take 10 minutes, but obviously people would be joining in every minute or so, every like couple minutes and whatnot. But Blast, no one joined. Like nothing was happening. And it's like my friend was like, honestly, like that's not the problem. Like this is what my friend said. This is not the problem. Like, I am fine with, like, waiting and shit. It's just these load times kill me. And, as I said, I agreed with him. Like, if it wasn't for these load times, I'd probably play this a lot more than I, usually do. Not saying I don't play it a lot. Cause I do play this game a lot, and I like it. I have fun playing it. HVV kind of ruins that, though, because one, it's my favorite mode, and the reason why it kills me so badly is the fact that lightsaber heroes are ridiculously overpowering, or just overpower blaster heroes, and that's what somewhat upsets me. Sort of. It's only because one, whatever DICE did for the melee combat, for some reason the reach of melee strikes have a lot larger reach than they should, and that's what kind of messes up the blaster heroes, because they can't run away because they're hitting them without even on your screen. They're not even hitting you actually on screen. There's a huge space in between you guys, between the blaster hero and the lightsaber hero, but the lightsaber hero still hits the blaster hero for some reason, and I find that ridiculous, and it's ruining the game. So I really hope they fix that, soon as in like the next season. Also, it's like Sun didn't really bother me that much, but a lot of people are saying like it's bad. Like me, I don't mind it. I really don't. But it's like also a thing that's like, I also see where it's a little bit ridiculous at some points. And then like the blocking lightsabers, I guess that like lightsaber block, that's actually like not bad, because when you drain their stamina, they can't block anymore. And so I find that, not that horrible. Like I don't think blocking is that annoying. And that's why I think Palpatine is a nerf for that stamina, because he can drain your stamina like in a second. It's full, and that's why I think it needs to be toned down a lot. That's the only thing. That's why it's like that's kind of ridiculous. And honestly, I think that's kind of the only thing that I feel needs to be changed, like gameplay wise or game mechanics wise. That sort of thing. Faster loading times. Fixed lightsaber combat. I don't know. They try to be fancy with it. Which is cool and all. At least they're like trying to make it a fun experience, but they kind of fucked it up. And then, as you saw in like some force abilities do not work for some reason, but it's like some of them like do, but then like it's super weird. Where it's like I'll hit them because I've in my last past live streams it's happened where it's like, oh, let me force choke you. As I was Darth Maul, right? I force choked someone. I got the hit mark, but they didn't go flying backwards as they should have for some reason, which is weird. And also, it's like sometimes when I did my repulse, no one like I would hit people, but no one would be go flying, get pushed down. And it's only really it's random when it's not gonna work, which I find very, very weird. So hopefully they fix that too. But yeah, all honesty, that's my opinion. I haven't even talked about the armor and the speeder. The speeder, okay, I don't think it should one-shot people if you run them over. It should do a lot of damage, yes, but I don't think it should one-shot you. That's kind of ridiculous. Like maybe 100 damage it should do when you hit someone, because that takes away the point where, oh, let me shoot at you. And then the armor, I think the armor is fine in a sense, because if you get through their backside, they're pretty vulnerable there. They take a lot of damage if you hit them there. Also, like pretty much every trooper has a thing where it does more damage to vehicles and stuff like that. So it's like not that big of a deal, but I do get like certain times, like especially on Tatooine, I see where the ATSTs and the ATSTs, I guess, just hold up a choke point really hard. So maybe like, I don't know, but they do, because it is annoying. Like they are very helpful though, because they'll be like, especially on Takadana, where they'll just be holding that point and you can't enter that. You can't take it because they have it so heavily guarded, and those things are so helpful of clearing. Actually, it is kind of too good. I don't know, because I wouldn't say reducing their health. I say reduce their health slightly, maybe like 100 points, 100 health. Actually, no, 50 health. 50 health is off would be fine. Because you do have star cards where it's like, oh, give you health. And yeah, that's all I think. I don't play enough of Starfighter. I think Starfighter Assault is fine. It's just a fun little game that you can play. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I do think that the hero Starfighter ships take forever to level up though. I need somewhat of a boost. Because it takes a super long time to level them up for some reason. and yeah, it's somewhat ridiculous. But yeah, honestly, that's all my gripes and complaints on this. You know, what I think about what should be nerfed and what should be buffed, and what my feelings towards buffing and nerfing. You know, and what this game should do. I mean, there's probably a lot more that I haven't. Obviously people are gonna say, but that's just my thing, my opinions, and what should be changed. And mainly my my gripe is loading times, dude. Loading times are way too long in this game. It's actually somewhat ridiculous, and I really hope eventually they'll quicken them up. Also, the group system, please fix that, because as fun as this game is offline, or by yourself, it's enjoyable with other people too. So fixing that would be super cool. Also, make it so you're not. Honestly, I'd rather wait. I'd rather be waiting to load into a game with people in it than just having to sit in an empty lobby. That's just my take on it. But yeah, as I said, that's pretty much what this stream is all about, and it's just the gripes of what needs to be buffed, because the patch is apparently coming out, and then the season 2 is going to be announced tomorrow. I just want to see what they say and what's going to change. This and that. And yeah, honestly, that's just my thing. Everyone has their opinions on what should be buffed and nerfed. I don't think any of these heroes really need to be nerfed. As I say, But yeah, that's probably gonna be it for the stream. We'll stream later today. Don't worry. Whoever likes to watch these streams of mine. But yeah, no. Yeah, no. I'll catch you on the next one, dudes. Hopefully you'll stop by, if you like. Like, listen to me talk and complain and whatnot. No, I don't like, complaining a whole lot. Just have fun, talk and shit. I'm down, if you're down. Yeah, and yeah, I'll be streaming, later today. Yeah, I'll hopefully catch you on the next one. See you later, dudes.